Benvenuti, oggi siamo pronti ad avere un altro ospite e siamo molto contenti di avere Valentina Nafornita, un soprano di fama internazionale che ha calcato i palchi più importanti di questi anni, quindi siamo molto molto contenti di averla tra noi. Ovviamente l'intervista si svolgerà in inglese perché la sua madrelingua ovviamente non è l'italiano, quindi parleremo un po' in inglese. Se avete qualche domanda a riguardo da farle, potete farla, aspettando che sia in attesa per entrare e siamo veramente molto contenti di averla tra noi. Hi!
Hi, so nice to meet you. Finally.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Hi,
Um,
how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm well at home, trying to have
You
fun.
in which countries you are?
I'm now in Austria. Well, I live here in Austria. I'm coming from Moldova, but I live here for already 9 years, and I stay here now for this period.
Yes. And what do you think about this situation for the coronavirus, for the theater? What do you
Oh
think?
my God, it's so bad. I mean, I think that we are, in any case, we are all in this together. I keep saying this, but this is true, you know. You cannot think just about yourself because it's such a huge worldwide problem that you don't know already what is more important. And of course, the most important thing is the health of the people. So, but for the theaters, it's such a hard time for artists, for everyone working in theaters, for culture, because you know it's life without culture. It's almost it's like almost doesn't exist. But hopefully we have these platforms in our days, you know, and thanks to you, you are doing such an amazing job, and you still, keep bringing some interesting news and some interesting people and to the world, and this is amazing, really, because without it, that will be much harder, this situation. So I think that we need to adjust. We have nothing else to do than to adjust and to be patient and to pray for the best as soon as possible.
Yes. Yes, I think that it's very important use the social media for help the culture, the art in this moment very, very difficult. Okay,
Yeah,
I want to
it's true.
start with a little bit interview. And
Yes.
if you want to talk about, I don't know, you can be free, don't worry.
Well, we can stay on this live like for 1 hour because then Instagram is kicking us out. I know that for sure.
Okay. Uh,
Okay.
when start your passion for the opera?
Um, it's difficult to say because I think the passion started before I actually met opera and I actually started to sing opera, but I didn't knew about it, because I remember that when I was 5 years old or something like that, I was really passionate about watching classical concerts or opera on TV.
Wow.
And my parents were like, okay, but we want to watch a movie or some news, and we don't want to watch this. And I start to cry. I know that they were telling me that whenever they want to change from the opera, I started to cry. So they would move back to the channel with opera and they will look with me and will watch with me the opera. So I think there it was a sign, but of course my entire life it's kind of like in this connection with opera. I always not with opera, with music. I've been always in doing violin. I was singing in a choir from age of 7 years old. I was doing competitions, but never opera until the age of 16 years old. And when I actually, then it was the love that I could really feel it, because when I went to the musical college in Chisinau, Moldova, and I started to have a lesson with vocal coach, and she would say, do that, and I didn't know that my voice can do those, arpeggios or scales, or to sing like that. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. I want to be an opera singer. I don't want anything else, really, because I saw that I can do something that I've never tried before. Because, well, opera in Moldova, especially in the place that I was born, you could not see and learn. So that came much later, just when I went to Chisinau. From there, I think I didn't want anything else than opera.
But it's incredible this that you think, oh my God, this voice.
Yeah,
But
it was here all the time. What happened? Or, you know.
for you, was very natural sing.
Um, well, I could sing in a choir when even you are a child and you don't know how to use, that projection of opera voice. You still kind of like sing because you need to go high, and I was soprano in a choir too. So you kind of like, try to fake it somehow, and you have that you have the young voice. So I think that I was singing kind of like in a classical projection, let's say. I don't even know how to say it right, but it was not really natural. It was not, I mean, I knew I have a talent, but years later, I understood, actually, I didn't understood that from the very beginning, that you have to work very hard, really hard. So the talent is just like 10% from everything else.
Yeah.
Then the hard work and lots of other skills that you need in this job.
Yes, because the person see the stage when you go in the stage, but don't know the hard work that the person
Oh,
do
yeah.
arrive in the stage.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I want to know what is your favorite characters and your favorite composer.
Well, this is a very difficult question all the time for us singers, because of course we are having a huge, kind of a big repertoire. Nowadays, you are not supposed to do just one composer,
Mhm.
like it was in other times. Like a soprano, you would know that this soprano, she does just bel canto, and these operas are, her heroines that she's doing just this all the time. So in our days, you should do everything. It's kind of like I don't know if it's good or bad, but I think it's good because you need to be, flexible, and to know how, yeah, and open, of course. And it's okay, good for your career, because as soon as you will manage to do more different stuffs, you'll have much more opportunities, of course. But if to answer to your question, usually I like to play, where I would love to play dramatic characters, or let's say not dramatic, but like with the sad stories, like Mimi, like I did the Gilda before years ago. So I loved to do that. I am doing now just funny characters. And it's almost annoying because, all the time jumping on the stage, Norina, Adina, Susanna, blah, 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 doing all the work is just like mind blowing. I'm just like, wait a little bit. But I love these, very suffering characters. Traviata, Mimi is one of my favorite part, and I think that soon I will be able to do it. Now I'm still doing Musetta, and I still enjoy it. Why not? But for example, last year I did so because Mimi is one of my favorite character. Let's say Puccini is one of my favorite composers, and not just because of La Bohème. I mean, Puccini, you know, I think it's everyone's favorite somehow. You can really find yourself in some of those stories and into the music. But to wait, because here I see I'm also paying attention to the comments, and I see that to sing everything is dangerous. That is true. That is very true. I'm not saying it's very dangerous, for example, to sing 3 different composers in 1 month. This is very dangerous. Of course, if you are in a theater fest in the ensemble, you would get to do that, and you have to do that.
Yes.
So you need to be very careful to have really good mentors that will help you to go through this, go with it. But it's not the most fantastic thing to do. The perfect thing to do is to take a role and to do it for, let's say, 2 months. So this means one composer in 2 months or 1 month and a half. Then you have a break. Then you take another opera. This is the perfect thing to do. But that doesn't mean that you cannot sing different composers. And I'm not telling about singing Mozart and Wagner. It's still, you know, of course, it's a huge difference. I would never do Wagner, not at this time, and I'm not sure that even in next 10 years I could do that, or even never, you know. But yeah, this is what I wanted to answer to this comment to Adriano Tenor, I don't know the second name. And to continue, for example, one of my favorite part that I've done so far is Jolanta by Schakowsky.
Wow.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm sure that Jolanta many people are saying that, you know, it's not the Tchaikovsky the best opera because he has Evgeny Onegin and he has Piktam, and no, but it's very touching. It's very powerful, strong. It's a short opera, but it's so dramatic. And this is, again, you know, talks about how much I love these dramatic parts. And I love to sing in Russian. For me, it's kind of easy because, you know, I'm coming from Moldova, and we grew up in Moldova learning Russian too, even in schools, and we would hear Russian all the time on the streets or... Sorry, I didn't got you.
It's easy for you singing Russian, no?
Yeah. It's easy for me to sing in Russian, and for me the most difficult language that I've sung it was in Hungarian. Oh my God, I thought that I would die. It's so hard. So, but again, I'm doing Mozart a lot, and I must say that it's one of my favorite too. You know, because I mean, it's really interesting how Mozart can do such a huge difference into between the operas and the roles. You know, it's not like, oh, today or this month I'm going to do Mozart and it's easy and nice because it's Mozart and I know that, you know, I'm going to sing Mozart. If you do Mozart and you do Così fan tutte and you do Le nozze di Figaro, Susanna and Fior di Ligi, big difference, huge, you know. And it's so interesting to see how one composer can bring this difference into his own you know, music so much. It's really interesting. So I love Mozart too. And yeah, Tchaikovsky, Mozart, Puccini. But at the end of the day, whenever I sing something, I really try to get as closer as I could to that composer and to that music and to that character, because this is very important for me as an artist. that will help me to build up the character and to build up the story, and also that will help me to sing, let's say, beautifully, as I would love to, you know, and to bring the story to the audience and for them to be interesting too.
Yes. And you think that it's good to start to sing with Mozart, or you think that it's very difficult? Because when the person study, the teacher normally say sing Mozart, sing Mozart. But I think that it's very difficult, Mozart. No, what do you think about it?
Well, Mozart, it's taking a lot of intelligence, and I'm not saying that being young you are not intelligent, but it's a musical intelligence. It's a musical experience that you, even now, I feel that I'm so raw in Mozart, because all these recitativi, all this text, all this subtext in the meaning of the words, and it's not something that, you know, I would say that, oh, start with Mozart because Mozart it's easy. Not at all. Not at all. It's even harder than other composers sometimes, you know, because as I said, it takes much more knowledge and experience, and right people kind of like to close to you to really tell you the right things, because it's, I don't know, it's something, it's not like you would take I don't want to compare it with another composers, because everybody, you know, it's particular and it's difficult in a way. But okay, I will stay with this answer that Mozart is not easy, and it's kind of like stupid to say that, oh, start with Mozart because, you know, you can do it. Not at all. It's very complex.
And what type of advice you can give for the young that want to study Mozart? Because so it's difficult in the end. It's easy, it's the note, but there are a lot of complexity in the characters and a lot of things. And what are your advice for the young that sing a Mozart? That you have sing a lot of Mozart, for this I ask you.
Oh yeah, I sang a lot of Mozart, but for example, if I would think about me and what I'm doing different in when I'm singing Mozart and when I'm singing Puccini, let's say, then of course it's another style. It's totally another style, and but then again, whenever you sing a composer, you are paying attention to that style and you try to follow what the composer wanted to say and to do with his music. So you try to you know, I mean, you have to study a lot. As a young singer, doesn't matter what you want to sing, you have to study a lot. Meaning, the meaning of the words are very important. You need to know what you say. This is such a, maybe let's say, not important thing. Maybe people would think that it's not important, but it actually is. It is, you know. And also, for example, the other days I've been working with my mentor on recitativi, and I've been working with her on Susanna. And Susanna, I did it many times. And now when I start to work with her, it was like everything from the beginning. And I was so annoyed because, oh my God, I did this already. Why do I don't know these stuffs? First of all, everything, it has to be like step by step, trying to talk first. For that, you need to have somebody with a good ear and good Italian ear, so would tell you that you said the right words and with the right, you know, because then when you put those words into the music, and especially with the recitativi, that helps a lot.
Yes.
So I don't know. I cannot give advices because it's very different. We are all different. We all have our own insecurities, and we do our own mistakes. And it's important to take it easy, to learn the words, to learn the music, to learn the style, how to sing Mozart. And for that, you have to have a good coach, a good mentor, a good vocal teacher, and you know, these are my advices. And please don't think that Mozart it's easy, and of course you can do it. That is a good positive thoughts are always good, and I'm with all my heart for it. You know, you need to think positive. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I will do it, and so on. But yeah, take it easy and don't take it for granted.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I want to ask you if for you there are theater that it's special for you.
Um, yes. I mean, of course. How can I not say that Vienna it's not special for me? Because Vienna is like my home. My first opera that I sang, opera house, it's Vienna. My first role, it's Mozart, Papagena. And that is why, you know, I'm talking so much about it, blah, 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 blah. But no, really, when, for example, I remember that my first holidays, like 2 months, July and August, when I had to be at home and I didn't see the theater for so long. When I came, I was like, oh my God, I'm back. I'm so happy to be back, you know, because really Vienna, it's a special place to my heart. I started here. I had lots of support here. I did 200, almost 200 performances at the Staatsoper, if you can imagine, 200 performances. I don't even know how many roles, lots of roles. And I actually sang also a Wagner role, but that was Die Feen, and it was an opera for kids. So it was an easy part. I sang Strauss, I sang Beethoven, Mozart, Puccini, Donizetti, maybe Ötvös, but I didn't sing Ötvös because it was cancelled now because of this virus, and many other composers. Yeah, so this is my home, and this is my special place. But of course, I love every other theater. I have very good connection and close connection with Paris Opera. I sang there many times. I would love to come back to La Scala someday because I sang there in 2013. I did my debut there with Rigoletto, and it was, wow, an experience that I still have it in my heart, and I remember, you know, it gives me chills. So yeah, I mean, every place it's important, and it's beautiful in its own way.
Yes, sure.
Let's see what questions we have here. Also, it's also about voice metrons. What do you think? Which opera character is the closest to your own personal character? Again, another thing very important for singers is that, you know, you can be yourself in your private life, but then again, you'll never, maybe yes, but maybe never you'll have those feelings that you'll have it on the stage that your character is having. You know what I mean? So maybe you'll never suffer from lost love, or maybe, I mean, we all die because Mimi dies, but still, when you have to die on that day, it's kind of like scary, you know? So I love to do all these characters because they are allowing me to be not someone else, but to feel more emotions and feelings that I would feel in my normal life. And this is so wonderful. That is why I'm really passionate about my job, because, you know, it gives you all these feelings, and it's just fantastic, don't you think? I mean, to feel all that powerful things, it's amazing. So, which is my closest character to that is also close to my character. I don't know if I can see myself close to some of these crazy girls that I'm doing. I'm really, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm funny, and let's say Norina is funny, so yeah, but Norina is also very mean, and I don't think that I can be so mean, like on purpose with somebody, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I love to play them all.
Yes, it's a play. It's
Yeah,
you can be a different person and give a part of you in every opera, but don't are only you, no? It's
yeah, yeah. And I love to actually really feel them as I will be. I mean, I do like to be that character. When I go on the stage, I forget about Valentina, of course. And I think this is, I try to forget because sometimes you are so nervous that you don't even know what your name is. But you know, usually I try to really think about the character and to be that role, to live that life. And this is very important for the performance itself.
mm,
And we
okay.
have another questions here. I'm sorry. Should we read it or you just what?
Okay.
Okay, we have. I have never sung musicals. I've sung just arias, like short songs from musicals. Somebody is asking me, what advice would you give for a young singer? Much love, Valentina. Beatrix Soprano, thank you so much. I would say that it's important to uh, when you are young, there are many people trying to put all kind of thoughts into your head, beside the technique and everything, and that you have to work hard, and that you have to learn languages, that you have to learn everything, you know, to translate all the operas that you sing, and so on and so on. But it's important to trust yourself and to have that inner voice that will not let you down ever, you know, and really trust yourself, because this job is very difficult and people tend to be mean, you know, and to say bad things. And this, unfortunately, I don't know, there are people, different people, they are much stronger people, they are very sensitive people, and this can bring you down even though you are so great and so passionate about, but can do such a huge difference. So don't listen to any negative thoughts, just constructive ones, even though they are bad comments, but they will help you in order, if that bad comment is helping you to grow, and it comes from your mentor or somebody you know and you trust, this is okay. But just like that, random people, just trust yourself and study a lot, and yeah, everything will come.
Yes, absolutely.
So cute.
Ab-
The Yeah.
It's true. Uh, how do you deal with the new rule? How you study new rule when you the person give, okay, this is new rule. You start with the text, you start with a note.
Well, let's say we are all different. We all have our methods. That doesn't mean that this is right, the other one is right, because we know what we can do in order to learn that role faster. For example, yeah, in our days, you need to be to learn something very fast, because you know, it's like you as I told you, you do every month or every 2 months something else. For me, it's very weird because I like to start beside the fact that, of course, I will learn about the character, I will learn about the story, synopsis, I will learn about, maybe I will read a book if there is a book, about that opera, or I don't know. But about that libretto, I meant. Of course, I will translate my words to know what I mean. I'm repeating myself, but this question needs the answer to this question is also this one. But I love to start right away with the pianist. Can you imagine? I will go with the score. I would never look at the score. I would just put it there, and I love to start with the pianist because even if it's a disaster, and like the pianist is like, okay, this is very bad. What's happening here? You are not prepared. No, I'm not, because I feel that I can learn better this way. I don't know why, it's my methods. But we are all different. Of course, then I come back home and I take my score and I go note by myself. But again, I don't go solfeggio. I don't go like solo, I don't go like that. I go right away with the words. It's how I've learned to learn my roles here at the Staatsoper. You would go to a coaching session, and you start right away with the words. It doesn't matter, it's wrong, it's bad. They stop you, they tell you the right words in German, in Italian, and so on, and you go on. So this is my method, and I repeat with the pianist, and also I record myself. So I have all those notes. Of course, I'm noting, I'm writing them down, but to hear it, it's also very interesting. This is what it's helping me the most, because sometimes I would not have a pianist, and I will try to do this at home alone. And I'm doing one day, I'm doing the second day, the third day, and I feel that nothing is happening because I don't have that orchestration. I don't play piano. There are singers that they are very good with playing piano, so that is really helpful. But I don't. And yeah, this is what I do. This is my method.
Very particular. I
Yeah.
already question that it's very good. How can you encourage yourself when you feel discouraged for singing? In the case if you have something the bad day.
First of all, I want to tell you that nobody is having just good days. There's no singer that is all his life perfect, fabulous, fantastic, and oh my God, I'm so amazing. There's no such a thing. We all have bad days, and as higher you go, let's say, I mean, with your career, it gets, worse and worse, because you want to be good, or as good as you were at that particular performance that you loved it, but it's not going to happen all the time, because you are a human being. So you have to be careful with yourself, and not to push yourself, because that will not help for sure. So, oh my God, I mean, there were days when I was so sad, and I was so disappointed. I was even telling why I am here if I cannot do it. Something like that, There are days like that for all of us. You should know that there will come a day when you will find your right path, and you will find your right voice. And also I think, I don't want to quote, I don't want to say who said that, but there is a famous singer that said that our voice sounds like 100% once in a year, and then I don't have to sing. I am at home. It's like this. So please don't discourage yourself, because we all have bad days, and with passion, everything will come to normal one day again. So really trust yourself.
Okay, I want to ask you, and how do you feel the difference to the life in the stage life and in the normal life? For you, how do you feel about it? The Valentina that go in the stage, or Valentina in the normal that go, I don't know, I go to the supermarket, and for you?
Uh, um, let me think. Let me think. Well, as I told you on the stage, I try not to be Valentina, you know, like, because I am that character. I try to be, let's say, Pamina or Susanna or Musetta, you know. So in the normal life, I'm a normal person. It's nothing. Uh, I'm really very grounded. You know, I'm not a diva, not at all. And I don't think that I will be someday a diva, not at all. Because I feel that this is, for me, personal, this is a waste of time. I mean, I think you're wasting your time with all this. Oh, I don't want all these stuffs, you know. I just really like to be myself, and I like to talk with people, and I like to make friends, and to be honest with everybody. Maybe people, they don't see me like that. Of course, sometimes I'm very serious. Sometimes I'm really serious. For example, when I have to do a very hard role, I'm so focused and almost not talking with my colleagues. You know, in the breaks, I'm like with my score and looking at it, and then after years, I find out, oh yeah, but you were such a diva, and I wasn't, because I actually was kind of like very focused on what I have to do. I didn't try to be a diva, but you know, people can say, can think something else about it. Uh, but I'm not. Of course, I do like to take everything I do in serious, and of course, I like to have fun on the rehearsals and on the stage too. But yeah, the most important thing is first. So it's the music, and it's what I have to do on the stage. You know.
Yes.
So
And I want,
yeah, tell me.
yes. Yes, I want to ask you, and there are every person say, I don't know if it's more important technique or heart. For you, it's what is most important, technique or heart?
Oh, this is a very nice question. Um, Let me tell you something. I mean, I'm a singer and I know how important technique it is. Technique, it's so important. It's, oh my God, amazingly important. And, but I found out for myself, I do love to put my soul into the music, you know, and to feel the music and to be carried on and to like let myself wild on the stage. But then I've learned that all these stuffs are sometimes very, very dangerous. But in the same time, if you are not, for example, if we are talking about a bad day or about a bad voice day, and if I'm not 100% about my voice or about my technique, then I would not give my 100% you know, feelings and sensitivity to the music. I could never do that, because I will always think, oh my God, what I'm doing here, and here I need to breathe, and here is higher, and oh, what's happening here, you know? So I think that it is 50-50.
Mm-hmm. It's
The
okay.
technique, the technique is very important, and also the artistry is very important. I would not like, I don't like going on a performance and hearing a beautiful technique but feeling nothing. I'm sorry. It's fantastic that there can be that perfection into the technique, but if I don't feel nothing, then why this is called artist and culture and opera and art.
Mm-hmm.
You need to feel something. Come on.
Yes.
So it's 50-50. I think that everything it's really important.
Yes. I have read a good question. Do
Yeah.
you think that singing competition are good for start to a career? How to start it?
If you ask me from my own experience, I didn't do many competitions. I did a few of them, and it was such a weird experience from myself because I did a few of them and I would won nothing, and the other of them I would won the biggest prizes. And what that means? What does this mean? Because come on, let's be honest. I wasn't so bad 1 year ago, not winning anything at that competition, and then the second year winning BBC Cardiff Singer of the World. What's happening there? So, if you want to go to gain, I don't know what you kind of experience you can gain at the competition. You may have master classes, which is very important. If there are great singers there for the master classes, that is amazing. Yes, do the competitions. You learn new repertoire because competition often ask a particular repertoire, and some arias and composers that maybe you've never sung, and this is another challenge and experience. You can learn about your strength, about your nerves, because if you want to do competition, just don't think that I'm going to do this competition and I will win it, or of course have high expectation and be trust yourself, but it's not just about yourself. Competitions are not a real life thing. You never know what they are looking for in competitions, never. So don't take it if you don't have a prize, or if you don't win a competition, just don't think that you were the worst. No. So there is a very nice experience, with the competitions, and also losing sometimes also gives you, for example, for me, I would be more hard worker. I would, hard working a student after the competition. If I would not win that competition, I will be like, next year I'm coming and I'm winning the prize. And sometimes it was like that, So that may give you more passion and how to say, desire, that can make you a real fighter, and you need to fight in this world. Oh my God, you have to fight so hard.
Yes, beautiful that you say, because it's true. No, one day it's a wow, you can win the competition, and one day no. But what's happened? Okay.
Yeah, and my advice, just know when you have to go away with your glory. You take the hugest prize, you take the trophy, and then leave. Don't go for another competition. Never. After I took Cardiff, I said goodbye, because come on, I didn't want to go to another competition, not win. No, that would be very disappointing. Frustrating also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can use 5 words for define you, which words you use?
Oh my God, you give me 5. That is so much, so much
Okay.
things to say about me. Three things. Okay. Three things about myself. Three things about myself. Oh my God. Um, so hard, really. Okay. I am a hardworking person. Um, I am quite sensitive, and I am strong. In the same time, even though if I'm sensitive, I am strong. So these are the three words. All positive things because I will not say anything bad about myself.
Okay.
There's another question here from Samuel, a friend of mine. How many performances in your career did you have where you felt 100% happy how you delivered that night? I had a few of them. From those 200 from Vienna and I don't know, another hundreds in some other cities, I had maybe that I can think of not so many, of course. Maybe they were good and I don't remember, but that those that I can remember, a few of them. I don't even want to say the number because it's a little bit disappointing. But in any case, I know that I did my best because I always try to do my best. So I don't try to judge me, to judge myself that oh my God, I do that, but then I come back to the fact that I know that I did my best and this is what I could deliver today, you know, and tomorrow, and this is also good because all the time I want to do better and better and better and better. I don't know if this is happening, but I want that. And this is important to want these stuffs, you know.
Yes. I ask you one other question. I
Yeah.
want, how is for you the most important things for the technique? I don't know, the brief, the voice, the projection of the sound. What do you think that it's more important?
It's everything important. Again, when we talked about the heart and about technique, this is again, it brings, you know, I can't say that there is just one thing that is more important than the other. When I start to warm up or to get ready for a performance, you know, of course, I warm up my body. I do a little bit of breathing exercises. Then this is not enough. So you cannot say that the breath support is most important. You just do breath support and then you go on the stage if this is the most important thing. You need to start to warm up your voice with that support. And the projection of the voice, I never thought about it because this is such an metaphoric thing, you know, because when you think about projection of the voice,
Yes.
it's not here, it's not happening here because projection is somewhere there. So in order to have that, you need to do something here. Yeah, something with your voice, something with your breath. And I don't like to think there. I always try to do the things that will help me to get that sensation, to have that sensation that I feel it's right for me. So when I know that I have that sensation in my throat, and in my body, then I know that the projection of the sound is also good. for that, it's again, we are all different. We all have different ways of warming up our voices. We have different voices. You know, you can't and you should not do the same thing that other singer is doing. Of course, you can try, and if it's working for you, it's fine. But that
Yes.
doesn't mean if Kaufman does something, then I'm gonna do too, and I will be the second Kaufman. No, we are so different, and it's very important to know how to learn yourself and to know your own instrument. So yeah, this is my question, and I know maybe it's might be not a question that you want to an answer that you want to hear, but it's complicated, you know, to bring a strict right answer to it.
Yes. Yes. And what is the most important things for Valentina, for the person, for you?
Health and family is the most important, and of course what I love, being an opera singer, it's very important. So because if I would have, let's say, to choose to have the health and the family, I would, I'm sorry to say, but I would not be 100% myself. I will not be 100% Valentina, and I will not be 100% the person that I was meant to be. And if I will have just the opera and not family, again, you know, you don't have the roots, you don't have your background, you don't have your support that no one will give you in this entire world. So these are the most important things, and also what I aim for world, the entire world in general, is peace. You know, I think this is very important for all of us,
And
living in peace.
the last question I want to ask you, what is the most important lesson that the music have give you?
Wow, your questions are so philosophical. ah, uh, you know, the music sometimes, because you have all this. I don't want. It's very hard to think about it, and also to tell what I think of, because it's very complex what I want to say. Because the music, indeed, it's teaching us lots of lessons, and one of the most, let's say that when I am on the stage, I kind of forget about what is happening in the world or in my life. For example, when I have some days that something is going wrong with, I don't know, in my personal life, or with my family, or I had something, you know, going on in my personal life, then I forget everything when I'm on the stage, or when I'm making music. So what does music is teaching me with this? That I don't know. Uh, I don't know what is teaching me, but I'm telling you what I feel, you know,
Yes,
when I'm doing the music. So
it's a peace for
um,
it's
yeah, yeah, it's teaching me to that, you know, doesn't matter what is happening, everything, it's kind of like okay, if that
yes,
makes sense,
yes,
you know, as
yes.
soon as, yeah, I find my peace. It is, I don't know. It maybe not again an answer 100%, but I think that this is the most accurate thing that I want to say.
Yes, and for you, it's good they use to the Instagram page, Facebook page, social media page for help the opera for the young and for the new generation. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think this is such a good platform, especially Instagram and YouTube. I'm not very fan of Facebook. I'm so sorry. I found that there people can it's too much negative things. I don't know, because you see them, or it's too much. With Instagram it's better because you see just photos, videos, and then you can read the message and the comments, so it's a little bit easier to to have. And I think that I like to be on social media, and I like to bring positive things, uh, to the audience, and I like to bring backstage moments behind the scenes, because it's very interesting for the audience to see what is happening, while you are rehearsing or while you are learning a new part and so on. So of course, and for the young audience, it's very important now in our days. It's, they can learn so many things.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And what do you think about I know the new generation of the singer? For example, if you think to the past, there was a imaging to the opera singer, no?
Yeah.
The ideal, and now it's total different. There are singers that are beauty, so you and or other artists, and every singer is okay. It's makes part now. It's change, no? What do you think about it?
Well, we don't live in the past, that's for sure. And I don't know how people were living in the past and what was their ideal life and ideal achievements and so on. But I think that the young generation of singers is very brave, because there's a lot of singers and it's a tough world. It's much harder to work in these conditions in our days than before. And I think that we are very brave, and we have to support each other more. I would love that. I still don't feel that yet. Maybe I don't give that to. I mean, I need to start with myself, I think, in order to have that. But I think that we should support ourselves more, and I think that there is a place for each of us on this earth, and yeah, uh, why not to be beautiful and to make sport if this makes you happy? You should not be, I don't know. This is it's another life. I think we all are changed. The world is changed. I think the world wants to see and to see something. I'm not saying that you have to be a model. No, you should be whatever you want to be. You should be happy, and you should be proud of yourself, and strong.
Yes. Thank you very much for
Thank
this
you.
interview, for this time.
Thank
It's
you.
was a very pleasure, and I hope that we can do a new interview for the future.
Thank you
And
so much. It was a pleasure for me too. It was
okay.
lovely to talk with you. Thanks.
You.
Bye bye.